Hello, welcome to my class. Today we are going to study a small topic. Actually, we are discussing some questions regarding different type of exams, NEET, KVS, all these are. And basically, these all the questions are from 12th, 11th and 12th biology textbooks. So first we are going to discuss the first question. Which one of the following periods is largely associated with extinction of dinosaurs and the increase in flowering plants and reptiles? What is the question? The question is that we have to find out the period. Which period is largely associated with the extinction of dinosaurs and the increasing in flowering plants and reptiles? मतलब डायनासोर्स का पूरा एक्सटिंक्शन हो चुका है, उसके बाद फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स और रेप्टिल्स का ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन समय हुआ था. वो कौन सी पीरियड है वो हमें देखना है. तो डिफरेंट ऑप्शंस आर देयर: जुरासिक, Triassic, Cretaceous and Permian. Basically, this question coming from the area geological time scale and geological time period. Already you are familiar with that chapters and all these lessons. Mainly there are four eras. Four eras are there. Actually, we are classifies the geological time scale based upon the origin of different species, animal, how the origin of man evolved, all these are. So based upon the time scale from the origin of Earth up to the normal man, etc. There are four main basic eras are there. First one, Cenozoic era, then Mesozoic, then Paleozoic, and Precambrian. These are the different type of eras. And from this question, we have to find out which era dinosaurs extinction was. Already you know all the dinosaurs will found or exist in the during the period of Jurassic area, and Jurassic Park film, and all these are connected to Jurassic area. But here the question is coming extinction of dinosaurs. At the same time, you have to note increasing in flowering plants. In any question, there is a increasing in flowering plants is mentioned, then the answer will be Cretaceous, because angiosperm plant, the flowering plant means angiosperm plant, and the reptiles are coming during the period of Cretaceous, and extinction of dinosaurs occurring in the same period. This is the answer, Cretaceous. Cretaceous coming in which era? Cretaceous period is coming in Mesozoic era. Okay. The next question: in C4 plant, the bundle sheath cells. In C4 plant, the bundle sheath cell options are: have thin walls to facilitate a gaseous exchange, have large intercellular spaces, are rich in PEP carboxylase, have a high density of chloroplast. In C4 plant, what is C4 plant? Different type of plants are there based upon their photosynthetic nature. All these, the three type of plants are mainly classified based upon their photosynthetic product. First one C3 plant, second one C4 plant, third one CAM plant. In this question, they are asking about C4 plant. So as usual, you have some idea regarding C4 plants, etc. All these in detailed class I will explain later. In every questions we will have a detailed lecture in later. So in C4 plant, you can see the two type of cells are there. First one, mesophyll cell, and second one, bundle sheath cell. Mesophyll cell and bundle sheath cell. So in this question, they are asking or they are specifying about the bundle sheath cells. What are the main feature of the bundle sheath cells? They are also having cells with a high amount of chloroplast, because the main function of bundle sheath cell is performing photosynthesis. So definitely they should be having a high density of chloroplast. That is the question number 2. Now we are moving to the third question. In the third question, which of the following combination of characters is true for slime mold? Actually, this slime mold term, you are familiar with that terms coming in 11th class. 11th class, the second chapter, biological classification. You can see different type of classes, kingdom classes, phylum, all this. So in this 5 kingdom classification, we can start with the kingdom Monera, then Protista, then fungi, then Animalia and Plantae. So slime molds are actually coming in kingdom protista. It is a protist. So what is the main feature of slime mold? From the first option is parasitic plasmod. Definitely slime molds are not parasitic. They are saprophytic. So we can cut these two options, A and C. Definitely this is not true. It is a wrong answer. Then we have a chance for B and D. In B, what is the explanation they are giving? Saprophytic plasmodium without walls, spores dispersed by water. Then saprophyte plasmodium without walls, spores dispersed by air current. So we already know they are saprophytic. What is saprophytic? They are the organism. They are depending dead and decaying organic matter for their food. They are depending on dead and decaying organic matter for food is known as saprophytic. So this is right. This option is right. And second one is plasmodium without walls. These are also true. Spores dispersed by water. In plasmodium, there is a no spores dispersed. Dispersal is taking place by water. It is taking place by air current. So the answer is option D. It is saprophytic plasmodium without walls, spores dispersed by air current. Then what is plasmodium? Don't confuse with this plasmodium with the plasmodium vivax. That is malarial parasite, you know. Here the plasmodium is nothing but it is slime molds. The slime molds means it is a protist, it is an organism. And in some cases, the cells of slime molds are connected or they are combining together to forming a big structure, big massive structure is known as plasmodium. So these plasmodium is without walls and it is a big structure and they can able to produce sporangia and this sporangia will produce spores. These spores will be dispersed by wind or air current and these spores will deposited in any other wood, mud, anything, and after that is from the spores a new slime mold will arises. That is the life cycle. Okay, and so this is the answer. Then what is the next question? In annual rings, the light colored part is known as, actually this question is coming from anatomy chapter, 11th standard anatomy chapter. In annual ring, the light colored part is known as, options are early wood, late wood, hurt wood and sap wood. So in this question, actually we are having four options, but questions in the question they are asking annual ring. What is annual ring? Annual ring means actually it is a union. It is a ring-like structure formed by late wood and early wood. So late wood are dark colored one and early wood are light colored one. That is when we can see a distinct layers in the wood. That is known as annual ring. So different layers in a larger tree and based upon counting the rings of that tree, we can able to find the age of that tree. This is the technique is known as dendrochronology. But all these are not explained here. But the only thing is that the annual ring, the light colored part is that this is the early wood. Early wood means it is the light colored part. It is made up of with different type of xylem vessels with active cambium. All these are the explanation of early wood. Okay. Then the fifth question is tonoplast. Is a very simple question. Tonoplast is a membrane surrounding the, as you already know, कोई explanation की जरूरत ही नहीं. Actually it is coming from the option vacuole. Vacuole, it is the most important or the most important feature of a plant cell, presence of vacuole, and the vacuole is covered by a membrane known as tonoplast. Then cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm means it is the portion of the cell excluding nucleus. Okay. Then what is nucleus? It is the main center of a cell and it is controlling all activities. Then what is mitochondria? Mitochondria is the energy house of a cell, or it is the ATP producing area, mainly with the powerhouse, the energy or powerhouse of a cell. So the answer is right. Then polyploidy. Moving to the sixth question. Polyploidy can be produced artificially by colchicine, inbreeding, line breeding, self-pollination. The answer is colchicine. What is colchicine? It is a chemical. It is a chemical mainly help to produce polyploidy. Then what is polyploidy? Polyploidy is a common name. Polyploidy. Poly मतलब what is poly? Poly means many. Many. That is many or a large more than two set of chromosome occurring in a cell is known as polyploidy. Normally, suppose it's a cell. Normally it is a cell. Suppose it is a diploid cell. It is a diploid cell method 2n containing two set of chromosomes. This is a normal case. Suppose in a mainly polyploidy produced by plants. Mainly polyploids are most of them are found in the case of plants. More than two sets of chromosomes is found, mainly between 3, 4, 5, 6. That different number of sets of chromosomes found in a cell is known as polyploid. That is, it will depend on 3n, 4n, 5n, 6n, etc. Then how will be represented 3n? 3n means, suppose this is cell 1, 2, this is 1, 2, 3. That is, 3 sets are identified in this area. That is, set of chromosome, the number of set of chromosome is 3. 3 set of chromosome you can see in this area. 1, 2, 3. This is also 2. This is 2 set. This is 1 set and this is 2 set. That is 2n. Here 3 set means 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is 3n. And from where these two sets coming in a cell? One is from father and one is from mother. That is the case of 2n condition. That is the two sets of chromosomes are formed from a normal cell. But in the case of polyploidy, the number of set will doubled or set will be increasing. Suppose it is a 4n condition, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the 4n condition. And this is a polyploidy. And this is the common type of method. Actually, it is economically very useful for the different type of seedless production of all these type of varieties of produced by polyploidy technique. So all these are the basic things, but we have you have to learn about polyploidy and the main chemical. It is a chemical which will inducing polyploidy is known as colchicine. Then how this chromosome number will be changed or the set of chromosome will be changed? It is by non-disjunction of chromosome. Non-disjunction of chromosome. What is non-disjunction? As you already know, in mitosis and meiosis, you can see the separation of chromosome occurring in anaphase. And after the metaphase, the chromosome will be separated by spindle fibers in anaphase. But after the suppose we are applying colchicine in a cell, then what will happen? In anaphase stage, the chromosomes, the spindle fibers are blocked. The spindle fibers are not formed, and the chromosome or the chromosome will not separate out. Suppose this is the metaphase chromosome. This is the metaphase chromosome. This chromosome will not separate out. This is istara separate out karna padega anaphase time. But this chromosome is not separate out. This is known as non-disjunction of chromosome, and it will lead to polyploid. Okay, the answer is colchicine. It's a chemical. Then moving to the 7th question. Recombination is involved in the process of. What is recombination? Recombination, we can see recombination mainly found in the packaging stage of meiosis first of prophase 1. So in recombination means it is the exchange. It is the exchange of one fragment or one piece of a DNA between, that is the exchange of fragment of a DNA of non-sister chromatids and forming a different new chromosome, or we can say different type of characters change in that cases. That is the recombination process. Recombination is involved in the process of cytokinesis, spindle formation, crossing over, chromosome duplication. So in this process, recombination is involved in the process of crossing over. What is crossing over? Crossing over means, suppose this is one chromosome with two chromatids, and this is the another chromosome, and this is the non-sister chromatids. And in recombination, this is here, and the non-sister chromatids are the recombination and will leading into a new different type of chromosome with a new character. This is known as crossing over, and mainly this is found in which stage? Which stage of meiosis? Pachytene stage of meiosis 1. Okay. Then next to 8th question. What is 8th question? The hormone that increases the blood calcium level and decreases secretion by kidney. What are the options? Paratherm, sorry, parathermone is E. Parathermone, calcitonin, thyroxine, thyroxine, sorry, thyroxine, and insulin. These are the four options. What are the options? The hormone that increases the blood calcium level and decreases its excretion by kidneys, parathermone, calcitonin, thyroxine, and insulin. Definitely, insulin is not coming in this calcium uptake, all these things. So we have to avoid this option. Then the chances are parathermone, calcitonin, thyroxine. So what is the question? Increases blood calcium level. Blood calcium level whenever increase, that is in the blood stream, the calcium level will be increased. What is the normal range of calcium? Normal range of calcium. Normal range of calcium in blood is 9 to 11 mg in 100 ml of blood. That is a normal range. So this increasing in calcium level is mainly by the activation of parathermone hormone. And always parathermone's action is against calcitonin. Always against. Then what is function of calcitonin? It will maintain the calcium level in blood in a normal level, and all the calcium will be stored in the bones, mainly in bones and teeth. Then whenever there is a there is a reduction in the calcium level in blood stream, then the parathermone will be secreted, and the parathermone will uh, parathermone will absorb the calcium from bones and teeth, and it will reaching into the blood, and in the same time it will control kidney also, kidney to reduce the calcium excretion, and this is excretion of calcium through urine. So this is the main function of parathermone. And this is thyroxine. Thyroxine is another hormone produced by thyroid gland. In the same way, calcitonin is also secreted by thyroid gland. Thyroid gland produces two hormone. What are they? Thyroid gland produces two hormone, thyroxine and calcitonin. Thyroxine and calcitonin. Calcitonin is the main hormone which will which normally help in the increase help in the maintaining of calcium level in blood. Whenever the blood level reduces, then the parathermone will act, and it will help to increase the calcium level in blood. So this is the answer. Okay. Then the ninth question, moving to the ninth question. One advantage of cleistogamy. Cleistogamy, this is the question coming from the 12th class. Actually 12th class usme the first chapter you can see different type of flowers are there. Chasmogamous flower and cleistogamous flower. The pollination occurring in chasmogamous flower is known as chasmogamy, and the pollination occurring in cleistogamous flower is known as cleistogamy. Cleistogamy means pollination occurring in closed flowers. Closed flowers. It will the flower will be act as a bud. It will not open. It will just like a closed flower. It leads. What are the option? First option. It leads to greater genetic diversity. Option B. Seed dispersal is more efficient and widespread. C. Seed set is not dependent on pollinators. And option D. Each visit of pollinator result in transfer of hundreds of pollen grains. So from this option, cleistogamy means it is a closed flower. There is no chance. Actually, there is no chance of pollinators. Pollinators, there is no chance for visiting because there is no exposed stamens, exposed stigma, anything. In cleistogamous flower, the stigma and anthers are very close to each other. So the only chance is that self-pollination, and the main option is that seed set is not dependent on pollinators, because there is no role for pollinators at all, because the flower is not at all open. Then our last question for today's session, the 10th question. Jute fibers are obtained from. This is coming from the anatomy chapter. Jute fibers. Jute fibers are obtained from. That is actually different type of plants are very economically important based upon their industry, for the industrial or commercial purposes. So jute fibers mean very long thread-like structure we can obtain from some plants. And question is that from where this jute fibers is obtained? or actually it is a botanical term. What is the term we can use instead of a jute fiber? Secondary phloem, pith, xylem, endodermis. So in this option, definitely pith. What is the pith? It is the innermost part of a stem, root, anything. Then we are taking for a transverse section. Then we can see the different type of tissue, the epidermal tissue, cortical region. Then the central part is the in the steel. In the steel, we can see the pith. So definitely fiber is it is made up of the simply parenchymatous cell, and this it will not coming as the answer. Then what is xylem? Xylem is the water conducting tissue, and it is not considered as a fiber. Then what is endodermis? It is the innermost part of the cortex. The innermost part of cortex is known as endodermis. So there is no chance for fiber formation. So the last option is that the secondary phloem, or it otherwise known as it is bast fiber. Suppose in your option if there bast fiber, then also you can write it is a jute fiber. Example for jute fibers or anything related with the jute fibers, you can write secondary phloem or bast fiber. So all these are about today's video. Then any doubts are there or any comments, or you can write in your comment section. And thank you for watching my video.